You ever feel like you're just not doing enough? Hello, people of the internet. Today is one of those days. Today is, what is it? October 23rd. It's approximately 12:19 p.m. Your girl has a meeting in 10 minutes. I'm honestly emotionally going through a lot. You ever feel like you're just not doing enough in terms of your life and things that you expect for yourself to accomplish in the time frame that we put on ourselves? Because it's not even a deadline for real in terms of the things that we need to do. But you give yourself this false timeline of, oh, I need to do this before this, and I need to do this before I'm this age, and if I don't do it, then I'm a failure. When in reality, there's no such thing as a deadline. Yeah, deadlines are real, of course. But what I'm saying is that in terms of accomplishments for our life, we don't have a timeline. There's no real timeline, or not timeline, but deadline for when we need to accomplish things. We don't need to buy a house by the time we're we don't need to buy a house by the time we're 30. We don't need to be married by the time we're 30. We don't need to have kids by the time we're 30. We do not need to do anything by the time any age. You understand what I'm saying? And that's something that I'm saying out loud right now, but I struggle with that concept. I always think that I just want to do what I need to do by a certain time because that's in my head. But in reality, all of us, we have a timeline and things will get done in our timeline. We have a timeline that God created as special for us and is specific to us. So whether we think that we need to establish something at a certain time, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, if you stay focused on your goal and you have that goal in mind and you work towards that goal and never give up, no matter what it may look like in the present time, meaning if you're working on something and it seems like it's going nowhere, I would recommend praying about it, making sure that you're continuing to hammer at that goal, but don't give up on it. And I know that sounds so cliche. Everybody says that. Don't give up. Don't give up. But I mean, it's so real. And this is me giving myself a pep talk because I need it. I tend to look at the present and think, okay, if this is not working, then not that I give up, but I lose my consistency. For instance, right now, I'm trying to be more consistent in the gym. I've been weight training before and I've been consistent before, but then I would fall off for like 6 months and then get right back. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll be consistent. And then I fall off again and then get right back. And I'm tired of doing that. I'm tired of that cycle because then I'm looking and I'm like, dang, I could have been here, but I fell off and I keep falling off. And so now I'm not at that goal weight or that goal appearance for myself. And of course that comes from just comparing yourself to other people and social media. Social media is great for what it was meant to do, which was to share information at a faster speed than ever before in life. However, there are cons and there are detriments, I would say, when it comes to social media, and that is specifically I'm looking at or talking about Instagram, even TikTok. Just comparing yourself to other people and not looking at yourself and being more introspective and just realizing, okay, that person has that now because they were meant to have that now. Like that's their timeline. Me not having that, what I want now, does not mean that I'm inadequate or I'm not worthy of having that thing, whatever that is, that success, that house, that car. That doesn't mean I'm unworthy of having those items. It just means that in my timeline, I have what I have now And if I keep working at what I'm trying to work at, I will eventually have what I've been praying for. And sometimes, I will say this, sometimes you think you need something or you think you want something, but God will show you, ma'am, I have something better. Sir, I have something that is greater than you could have ever imagined. And I take that to heart. What's meant for me will be mine. Although I can be a little bit of a crybaby when it comes to not getting what I want. But when I snap back into reality, I realize I don't have that thing because I wasn't meant to have that thing. And there's no detriment to my characteristics or my skill set or my drive. It just means that's not in my timeline. That's not meant to be in my story. And something greater for me, not that it's greater than that person's thing, you know what I mean? Something greater for me is coming. So that's all I had today on my spirit. I just wanted to talk about that. Also, not beating myself up. And I don't want you to beat yourself up just because you think you should have something at this time. Whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, do not compare yourself to the people of the world that you see on all these social media platforms or wherever you get your news. Don't compare yourself to these people, because at the end of the day, they have struggles as well that we cannot see. And also, we cannot see how people obtain certain things, because you'll be surprised. You would be surprised how some of these people obtain these items. And it's not the way you think. But we will do better, okay? Virtual high five. Virtual high five. And I appreciate you.